What kind of power does a man hold when he says almost nothing at all? How can 10 quiet minutes, no dramatic speech, no explosive announcement, no elaborate stage production, send an entire corner of the internet spiraling into chaos? Why did a simple live broadcast of a global superstar listening to music ignite fury, spark debates, flood timelines, and dominate platforms from X to TikTok to Instagram? And perhaps the biggest question of all, why does his silence speak louder than everyone else's noise? For 10 minutes, V, known to millions as Taehyung of BTS, did something so deceptively simple it seemed almost absurd that it would cause such an eruption. He went live. He sat. He listened to music. That was it.
No elaborate filter. No flashy captions.
No grand reveal. Just him, calm, present, immersed in sound. And yet, those 10 minutes have now become one of the most talked about lives in recent memory. Within hours, the broadcast had amassed over 13 million views across reposted clips and screen recordings. TikTok edits multiplied at dizzying speed. Instagram Reels looped his expressions in slow motion. The live itself generated over 3 million likes and more than 100,000 comments, numbers that most artists would dream of achieving with a full-scale promotional campaign. But this wasn't a comeback stage. It wasn't a teaser. It wasn't even a structured fan interaction. It was simply Taehyung existing in real time, and that, apparently, was enough to make the whole Copy's TWT, as fans jokingly call the broader K-pop Twitter community, collectively lose its composure. The phrase Friday and S is trending began circulating within minutes. Fans immediately connected the mood of the live to a single, Friday and S, dissecting whether the music he played hinted at future releases, hidden meanings, or emotional parallels. The track itself climbed trending lists again, as if revived by nothing more than the aura of his presence. Meanwhile, major YouTube commentary channels and high-follower fan accounts began posting analysis threads, reaction videos, and breakdowns of every micro-expression he displayed. But amid the noise, one theme dominated discussion. Taehyung was completely unbothered. That calm demeanor, relaxed posture, soft gaze, subtle nods to the rhythm seemed to unsettle some corners of the internet more than any scandal ever could. Critics attempted to downplay the live as doing nothing. Detractors questioned why it was receiving so much attention. Yet the more they dismissed it, the more viral it became. The more they mocked, the higher the engagement climbed. IT was a paradox unfolding in real time. Digital culture thrives on spectacle. Outrage fuels algorithms. Drama generates clicks. And yet here was Taehyung, offering none of it.
No controversy.
No response to trending arguments. No acknowledgement of the chaos swirling outside his frame. Just music. Just vibes. Just stillness. And still, it dominated. Clips from the live flooded TikToks for you pages within hours. Fans edited transitions between his contemplative expressions and lyrics from Friday and S, creating cinematic mini-films that racked up hundreds of thousands of likes each. On Instagram, aesthetic accounts curated soft-filtered screenshots of him listening, pairing them with captions about peace, confidence, and emotional intelligence. On X, formerly known as Twitter, hashtags referencing his name trended globally, not because of a scandal, but because of serenity. That's when the narrative shifted from simple virality to something deeper. Why does this calm provoke such strong reactions? Observers began noting a pattern. When Taehyung is loud, playful, mischievous, he trends. When he releases music, he trends. When he appears at fashion events, he trends. But when he does absolutely nothing beyond existing authentically on camera, he still trends. It is this consistency of impact that unsettles some observers. Influence, without effort, disrupts the usual formulas of digital fame. One large YouTube commentary channel described the phenomenon as presence power. In a video that quickly gained traction, the host argued that Taehyung's brand has evolved beyond performance into aura. The analysis pointed out that audiences are drawn not just to what he produces, but to how he occupies space. The video itself garnered hundreds of thousands of views within a day, further amplifying the original Lev's reach. Meanwhile, critics on social platforms attempted to frame the virality as overhyped. Threads appeared questioning why just listening to music was being treated as an event. Yet those same threads accumulated thousands of interactions, inadvertently contributing to the buzz they claimed to critique. Engagement is engagement, after all. The comment sections under reposted clips revealed another layer of the story. Many fans described the live as comforting. In a digital landscape saturated with tension, political debates, fandom wars, and algorithmic chaos, 10 minutes of quiet felt revolutionary. One commenter wrote that watching him simply exist without addressing negativity felt empowering. Another said his unbothered demeanor reminded them to detach from unnecessary drama in their own lives. This emotional resonance may explain why the numbers climbed so quickly. Over 100,000 comments flooded the original live and its reposts, ranging from heart emojis to long essays analyzing his music taste. The diversity of reactions illustrated something fascinating. The live functioned as a mirror. People projected their own feelings onto his calm. At the same time, Friday and S trended again, with fans revisiting lyrics and streaming the track as if decoding a hidden message. Was there a subtle connection between the song's themes and the vibe of the live? Or was the trending status simply proof that his past work remains intertwined with his present aura? Speculation spread rapidly. Major fan accounts with millions of followers amplified clips. Blue-check commentary accounts chimed in. Even non-fans acknowledged the numbers. One widely shared post stated that achieving 3 million likes for a casual live underscores the scale of his digital footprint. Others pointed out that 13 million views for a non-promotional broadcast demonstrate a level of organic reach that marketing teams spend years trying to cultivate. And through it all, Taehyung did not respond. He did not address the trending topics. He did not clarify intentions. He did not defend himself against dismissive commentary. He did not feed the algorithm with reactive content. He remained exactly as he appeared during those 10 minutes, unbothered. Ironically, that composure became the headline. Taehyung is unbothered, and that's what bothers people, one viral tweet declared, capturing the sentiment that spread like wildfire. The phrase was screenshotted, reposted, translated into multiple languages, and discussed in online forums. It encapsulated a broader cultural dynamic. Confidence without confrontation can be more provocative than direct conflict. Industry observers have long noted that digital fame in 2026 operates differently than it did even 5 years ago. The oversaturation of content has made authenticity more valuable than spectacle. In this context, a quiet live session can feel radical. Instead of chasing trends, Taehyung inadvertently became the trend by refusing to chase anything at all. The TikTok analytics accounts began sharing breakdowns of engagement spikes correlated with reposted clips. Instagram Explore pages featured multiple edits simultaneously. YouTube's recommendation algorithm surfaced reaction compilations titled with variations of the 10 minutes that broke Kpop Twitter. The echo chamber effect magnified the initial spark into a cross-platform wildfire. What makes this moment particularly compelling is its simplicity. There was no comeback teaser hidden in the background.
No cryptic caption. No overt branding.
The virality cannot be attributed to strategic shock value. It emerged from presence alone. Some cultural commentators argue that this speaks to a shift in parasocial dynamics. Fans no longer crave constant output, they crave authenticity. Watching an artist simply listen to music humanizes them. It strips away performance layers. It invites viewers into a quieter, more intimate space. Yet the backlash, however minor compared to the support, reveals another truth. In competitive digital ecosystems, dominance without visible effort can breed resentment. When someone achieves massive engagement through minimal action, it disrupts perceived fairness. The narrative becomes less about what happened during the live and more about what the numbers represent. 0.3 million likes, 13 million views, 100,000 comments. For 10 minutes of stillness, those figures circulated repeatedly across platforms, often accompanied by disbelief emojis or exasperated commentary. Some attempted to contextualize the numbers within his global fanbase size. Others argued that regardless of fandom scale, sustaining that level of engagement requires an intangible quality that cannot be manufactured. The phrase "whole copies TWD is mad and triggered" may exaggerate the scope of criticism, but it captures the emotional intensity that flared online. Debates erupted over influence, favoritism, and algorithm dynamics. Screenshots of trending lists were shared as evidence. Counterarguments emerged defending artistic freedom to simply exist without providing spectacle. Amid the debates, the most striking element remained unchanged: Taehyung's composure. He smiled softly at one point during the live, eyes half closed as a song reached its chorus. That brief expression has since been looped in countless edits, paired with captions about peace, growth, and self-assurance. In a digital environment addicted to reaction, his lack of reaction beacon